So we've been talking about this phenomenal and extraordinary shift into 5D consciousness, the new earth. The types of things that we experience, the body goes through so many changes. These types of things can vary from tension in the head to chronic fatigue, super sensitivity. This is just a few of the things. All of these bodily symptoms. Now, many of these can be uncomfortable, as you well know. And so, once you've identified that you are shifting and you're shifting, and you're every day you're trying to figure out, okay, what can I do now to support myself? What can I do to help myself through this tiredness, through this low energy, through these ups and downs of emotion, through all of these basically ascension symptoms is what this is. Well, I'm going to give you 3 major things that you can do to support yourself through this transition and to help you cope with this and to help you sail through this a little bit better. And the third thing in the list that I'm going to give you is probably the most important. So be sure and stay with me in this video. So as we're shifting, let me remind you that the body, the physical body has to catch up with all of the energy that is pouring into our vessels. So it's like we get these blasts and these influxes of energy and light, pure light, and then the body has to catch up. So this integration process is what brings on these ascension symptoms, these changes in our body. So as you're feeling all of these things, let me remind you, number 1, this is the first thing on the list today, to stop fighting the process. We have to stop trying to fix everything that is going on in these changes that we're noticing. We have to allow this process to unfold. So the resisting of some of these things that are uncomfortable, let's say you're having a lot of tension in your body and you're just feeling all of this stored, built up energy. This is a very common one. The more you resist it, the more tense you're going to feel. That goes back to what we resist will persist. So don't forget that. So it's really important that we accept what is happening and allow this process to organically unfold. It's interesting how your thinking is very, very important during this process because, how you think about it can determine how the process goes for you. It can make things smoother or it can make things much harder. It can make the waves a lot rougher for you. So do your best to sink in to the process, understand you're right where you're supposed to be, and allow all of these symptoms to just happen and try to be with them as best you can. Allow this to move through you, okay? Number 2 on the list of things you can do to help support your body during this 5D shift. The second thing is protecting your energy. Now, this is really personal because during this process of shifting and up-leveling into the new earth frequency, you're going to notice so many things that no longer fit in your life. So many things that don't feel necessarily right anymore. They just don't resonate anymore. You lose interest in things. You lose interest in people and places. Friends fall away. Interests change. So many things in your life changes. So what we have to do is we have to allow the process and try to reduce the amount of draining activities that you're participating in. This is a way of really protecting your field. So this requires things like saying no to a lot of things that maybe you used to do and maybe you used to enjoy. But if you find those things really draining now, it's best to just say no. You know, do what you need to do to feel good. Don't overcommit to things. Be sure you're getting plenty of rest during this time. This is so important that you are taking extra good care of your body and that you're putting yourself first. Put yourself and your self-care as your number one priority over a lot of these things maybe that used to be much higher on your list, because you need this self-care right now. We need it. We need the rest. We need the nourishing foods. We need the healthy things coming into our systems. We need to reduce the things that are draining us, whether that's screen time, TVs, phones, social media, news, all of that. Reduce that if you can. That is something that we don't really realize really can pull our energy down. Just like the battery on your cell phone. You watch that battery go down. That's what's happening to the battery of your soul. You know, we don't want to drain ourselves any more than we have to. So protecting your energy is super, super important during this process. And then the third thing, which is so very important, this is something that I think many, many people struggle with. But it is something that once you begin to practice it, it is life-changing. So this third thing that you can do to help ease this process of these ascension symptoms as you shift is have the most radical compassion and grace for yourself. And that means just allowing all of this to happen and loving yourself through this process. It is not an easy process. You know, we're doing the work. We're doing a lot of hard work and shifting and changing, and it can be really, really tricky. So love yourself through this process. Don't beat yourself up. Don't guilt yourself. If you're very, very exhausted, you know, and you're not getting as much done as you would like to, don't guilt yourself and make yourself feel bad about that. Give yourself grace. Give yourself gentleness. Because there may not be anybody else in your life right now that is doing that. Give it to yourself to help push you through to the next level. So this has to do with self-love and just allowing and just, you know, giving yourself a break, really, is what this boils down to. Just be easy with you, gentle with you. And if you will do these three things, it's going to help you a whole lot as you transition. And, you know, we talk about all of these things so much, all of these symptoms and these aches and these pains and these changes that we're going through. But we don't always get around to talking about, well, what can we do about it to support ourselves? So hopefully this video today is going to help you begin to love thyself, allow, trust, protect your energy more, and make you feel a bit more in control while, you know, you are going through these shifts. So hopefully this video helps you. Drop me a line in the comments and let me know what you're going through, how you're managing this. I always want to know how you're doing with this process. And in the meantime, I'm going to catch you on my next video.